Hello beautiful souls, welcome to Peak Yoga with Alanna. Today we hiked up Queenstown Hill, which is in the Otago region in the South Island of New Zealand. It's a beautiful day. I have a really nice sequence to share with you all. So whether you're at home or you're outside or you're traveling, wherever you may be, I hope you can enjoy these views with me and the flow. We're going to begin today in a seated cross-legged position on your mat. Go ahead and sink your sit bones deeply rooted into the mat beneath you, into the floor or the ground. We're going to peel our chest open by rolling back our shoulders, creating space in our chest, while having a nice straight spine. We're going to take a nice cleansing breath in through our nose, filling our bellies up with air. And exhale this breath through your mouth. You can now continue to breathe in and out through your nose, while still maintaining this belly breathing technique by filling your lungs so deeply up with air that your stomach expands and deflates on an exhale. On your next breath in, I want you to imagine a bright white light coming in through your crown chakra at the top of your head, warming your body as it passes all the way down to your toes. Take your hands to your knees, and on your next breath in, we're going to gently release the head down, passing over the front of your body towards your right side. And optional to release your head behind your body, taking full neck rotations here. Otherwise, if you have less range of motion today, just go in and take semicircles across the front portion of your body. So we're following our breath as we go to one side and to the other, breathing deeply into our bellies, just getting out any kinks. When we're ready, we're going to change directions. So maybe now you're inhaling over to the left and exhaling over to the right. We're just going to change up whatever breathing technique we were doing before. Do one more rotation. And on your next inhale, come back to center. We're going to bring our right hand to our left knee. We're going to take a twist here, so go ahead and place that left hand behind you. Take a nice breath into your belly and exhale, twist to the left, looking over your left shoulder. Twists are personally my favorite tool for detoxing. Whenever we exhale deeply in a twist, it's like wringing out all our internal juices, like wringing out laundry. So the more deeply we inhale and exhale in our twists, the more beneficial they will be to us. So take one more deep breath in, fill that belly up, and exhale. Maybe you could try to twist a little bit deeper. And inhale, come back to center. Changing directions, we're going to put our left hand on our right knee. Place your right hand behind you. Inhale deeply to fill the belly. And exhale, twist looking over your right shoulder. So we're going to try to keep our spine nice and straight as we can while we're twisting. So we don't want to be, curving our spine. We want nice and straight bodies while we're firmly rooted down in both sit bones beneath us. So we're breathing in deeply. And exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Returning back to center. Okay, we're going to interlace our fingers behind us. So open up your chest. We're going to bring our hands to our right side body. So sitting up nice and tall, we'll be having the outside of our left hand resting against our right hip. This is a beautiful shoulder opener, so hopefully you're feeling that in your left shoulder. Now we're staying mindful here as we breathe into our belly. Make sure that our weight is evenly distributed across our sit bones on our mat. So we're taking one last deep breath here into our belly. Exhale, go on and extend your hands behind you, still interlaced. Take a breath in, extended, and exhale. We're going to take our interlaced hands over to the left side body now. So your outer right hand should be resting on your left hip. So we're breathing into our belly, having a nice straight spine. So open chest and feeling the stretch, especially in our right shoulder. We'll do one more full breath in and out here. And at the end of your exhale, go ahead and send your hands back, extend your arms, and release them to your knees. So we're going to get some momentum going. We're going to create circles with our spine. So we're going to inhale, come across the front of your body to the right. Exhale, send your body back over to the left, following the breath, exhaling back. And then we'll switch directions. So inhale across the front of your body to the left, exhaling back to the right. Inhale to the left, exhale back to the right. Do one more. And we'll come back to center. We're going to transition now into tabletop position. So we're going to make our way onto our palms on the mat. Shoulders stacked over elbows, over wrists, hips over knees. Inhale, arch your spine, look forward. Exhale, round your spine. Take the gaze between your knees. So inhale, take the gaze forward, arch your spine, come into cow pose. And exhaling, squeezing your abdominals, taking the gaze downward between your knees. So follow your breath here as you're inhaling, scooping the chest forward, arching your spine, and exhaling, going into cat pose, squeezing those abdominals really tight, pressing up away from the mat. So we'll do one more cat-cow at your own speed here before returning into a tabletop position. Then we'll inhale, we'll lift up the right arm, and exhale, we'll thread the needle, bringing it through underneath our left arm. We're going to come onto that right shoulder and right ear resting on the mat. This pose is wonderful for opening up the shoulders, your chest, arms, upper back, and even your neck as it releases the tension that's commonly held in our upper back and between our shoulder blades. So do one more full breath in and out here. And our next breath in, we'll lift up the right hand and exhale, place it back down on the mat. And we'll repeat, thread the needle on the other side. So inhale, lift up that left arm. Exhale, bring it down underneath your right arm, releasing your left shoulder and left ear to the mat. Breathing mindfully into your belly, always trying to continue the belly breathing technique that we went over at the beginning of this video. So although this is somewhat relaxing of a pose, we're not just collapsing into it and forgetting about our posture. The more we press into our right hand and our right elbow, the more we can kind of peel our right shoulder up and generate more of a twisting motion in our spine. So we'll do one more breath here. Inhale, lift up the left arm. Exhaling, releasing it back to the mat. We're going to tuck our toes under, and we're going to come into our first down dog of this video. So pedal the feet, walk your dog. Feel this wonderful hamstring stretch down the backs of your legs. We can try to press down our heels as much as we can. In our next inhale, we're going to come to a high plank position. Exhale, come all the way down to the mat, keeping the hands under our shoulders, keeping the feet zipped together. We'll inhale up to baby cobra. Exhale, release back to the mat, tucking your toes under. We're going to be strong here. Press up and send the hips back. Come into downward facing dog. On your next breath in, lift up the right foot. We're going to place it between the palms. Just keeping the hands on the mat. You can get a little momentum going from front to back. So we're in this runner's lunge. Just feeling our hip crease in the right hip. Just open up a little bit more. And take a deep breath into your belly. And exhale. Maybe release the tensions a little bit more. On your next breath in, bring the right foot back. Exhale, come into downward facing dog. Your next inhale, we're going to come down into plank pose. Maybe keeping the momentum going a little bit. As we exhale, into chaturanga, inhaling up to upward facing dog. Fill your belly with air. On your next exhale, release to the mat. Now we're going to be strong. We're going to press up, come back into downward facing dog. Inhaling, lifting up the left foot, placing it between our palms. So we're in runner's lunge on the other side now, really feeling our hip flexors on our left side, opening up with every inhale and exhale, releasing the tensions a little bit more. So you can keep that momentum, rocking the back heel front and back. And we'll do one more full breath here. On your next inhale, we're going to bring that back right foot up to the front of your mat. So we're going to inhale, rise to mountain. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift your hands up. Exhale, we're going to come down to a standing forward fold. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, plant your palms, step your right foot back. So inhale, bring your hands up. We're in a crescent lunge now. You can keep your hands on your hips for stability, otherwise you can keep your hands up over your head with a nice open chest. So we're pushing forward with our right hip. We're not collapsing into the left hip, but we're trying to keep our hips as parallel to the front of our mat as possible. So you're going to take hold of your right wrist with your left hand, and we're just going to side bend over to the left so you get a nice stretch down your right side body. Inhale, come back up. Reach your hands up towards the sky. And exhale, plant your palms, step your left foot back. Come into downward facing dog. You can pedal out your feet, walk your dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we're going to inhale, lift up your right foot and place it between your palms. With a nice strong base, we're going to lift up, reaching the hands up overhead. So we're going to just be in crescent lunge on the other side now. So this time we're going to be pressing forward with that left hip. So you can keep your hands on your hips for stability, or extend your hands up overhead, having a nice open chest. Breathing into your belly, exhaling out. So we're going to take hold of our left wrist with our right hand. We're going to side bend over to the right, so you'll feel the stretch in your left side body. So being nice and strong with that right leg, especially in your quadricep. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release your hands down to the mat Step your right foot back. Exhaling, come back into downward facing dog. Inhale, we're going to come down into high plank or low plank by releasing the knees. And exhaling, come down all the way to the mat, baby cobra. So make sure your feet are together here. You're squeezing your back muscles. Optional, you can lift up your hands. Exhale, release. We're going to push up all the way into downward facing dog on your next inhale. Breathe in. Lift up that left leg to come between our palms. Be strong in that left thigh as we rise up, crescent lunge. So a good gauge is to have your knee over your ankle. Hopefully you don't have a rock in the way like I might up here on the mountain. Good. On your next breath in, we're going to bring our hands behind us. We're going to interlace them and press down. So we're really opening up our chest here, opening up the shoulders. We're preparing for humble warrior as we fold forward. You can rest your torso on your left thigh. We're breathing deeply into our belly. So try to get your hands as high up over your head as you can. One more breath in and out. Rise on an inhale, release the palms, lift your hands up overhead. And exhale, release your hands to the mat, bring your left foot back, come to downward facing dog. Inhale, high or low plank. Exhale, upward facing dog. Good, we're going to lift back up into downward facing dog. And this time on an inhale, we're bringing our right foot to come between our palms. So inhaling up, or reaching up overhead, opening up our chest, shine forward, having that right knee stacked over your right ankle. We're pressing forward with the left hip. We're not just sinking down into our right hip. So we're feeling this beautiful stretch in our left hip crease. So again, inhale, bring your hands behind you, interlace them, press downward. Exhale, forward fold, coming into humble warrior on the other side. So you can rest your torso on your right thigh if that feels good for you. As long as we're remaining active or actively pressing up and away with our hands. On your next inhale, we're going to rise up, being strong in that right leg. Go on and release the hands, bringing them up overhead. And exhale, bring your hands down. Step your left foot up to the top of your mat. We're just hanging down for a moment. Get your next breath in. We are going to rise up. So come into mountain pose, reaching towards the sky or the ceiling. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift up again. Exhale, come all the way down into a forward fold. So inhale, come to a flat back position. Exhale, plant your palms. You can step or hop back. We're going to come into downward facing dog. Breathing into your belly. We're going to shift forward into high plank or low plank if you release your knees. Exhale, come all the way down or come into upward facing dog. Take a deep breath into your belly. And exhale, release. We're going to tuck our toes under and come into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift up the right foot, bring it between the palms. Rising up. So we're in Crescent Lunge now. Being active, pressing forward with that left hip, not collapsing into the right. So again, open heart, open mind. We're breathing deeply into our belly. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. We're going to take a twist here. So we're going to hook the outside of our left elbow to the outside of our right thigh. So we're actively pressing our hands together, and try not to sneak that knee forward on your right leg. So the more deeply we inhale and exhale in our twists, the more detoxing they will be. Go to your next inhale. You can release that left hand down, opening up through the right wing. If you'd like to test your balance a little bit more, you can gaze up at your right thumb. And exhaling or releasing the right hand down to the mat, stepping the right foot back, going into downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward into high plank. Exhale, lower all the way down or come into upward facing dog. Tuck your toes under. We're going to come into downward facing dog on an exhale. Inhale, lift up your left foot. Bring it between your palms, creating that nice sturdy base. As we're inhaling, being strong in the left leg, reaching our hands up overhead. So we're pressing forward with our right hip. We're not collapsing into the left. If this is too difficult, you can place your hands on your hips for stability. So again, breathing into the belly, feeling it rise and fall. We're being very strong here. So we bring our hands to our heart. We're going to prepare to come back into that twist on the other side. So again, we're bringing the outer right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. So we're going to hook it. And the more we breathe deeply into our belly and exhale, maybe coming a little bit deeper into a twist, you can kind of propel yourself using your right elbow. Or if this is too much, please release the right hand down and just open up through the left wing. Maybe you have a block at home or wherever you are. You can use that with your right hand. So we're detoxing, we're breathing mindfully, and we're being strong, activating all of our muscles involved here. Like a challenge, look up at your left thumb. On your next exhale, release the hands down, rocking your back foot up to the top of your mat. So we're going to inhale to flat back, exhale, forward fold. And we're going to stretch out our lovely wrists that we use for pretty much everything. So go on and tuck those under your feet. You can bend your knees generously here, but the palms are facing the bottom of our feet. The more you try to lengthen your back and your knees, the more you'll feel this stretch. So we'll release them after a moment, inhaling, rising up to mountain. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold, bend at the hips. Inhale to flat back. And exhale, forward fold. So we're going to keep our hands on the mat. We're going to walk our toes out. So they're pigeoned, facing out. We're just going to grab opposite elbows and rock side to side. You can keep your knees bent here. This is just a nice back stretch on our lower back. So you can do breath to movement here, maybe inhaling to one side, exhaling to the other. And when we're ready, we're going to plant our palms. We're going to step back, so we're in a high plank position. Take a breath in as you get any kinks out, rocking front to back, side to side if you'd like. Exhale, release everything down. Peel the chest up into baby cobra, squeeze those legs together. Exhale, release your right ear to the mat. Inhale, really squeeze, activate those back muscles. Exhale, release the left ear down to the mat. So again, inhale, come into baby cobra. Exhale, release the right ear down. Again, inhale, Really squeeze. Exhale, release the left ear down. So tuck our hands underneath our shoulders. We're just going to come into a tabletop position as we widen our knees, bring our toes to touch. Exhale, sink the hips back to the heels, come into child's pose. So we're slowing down our breath, we're reconnecting to our belly breathing technique if we've lost sight of it throughout our practice today. Maybe feeling your stomach fall as you inhale deeply into your lungs. Release your forehead. You can release your elbows to the mat. Just enjoy this deep stretch. Re-inhale. We're going to make our way back into downward facing dog. So you can tuck the toes under. And exhale, send the hips up and back. So you can alternate lifting up your heels, walking your dog. We're going to look between the palms. You can walk or float to the top of your mat. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, forward fold. So we're going to prepare for Malasana, a nice deep squat. So you can open up your legs, have your toes pointing out. We're going to sink down. So your heels should touch the mat, but if they come up, that's also fine. We're all at different places in our yoga practice, and just honor where you're at today. So you should be pressing your elbows into your inner thighs and pressing your inner thighs towards your elbows. We're creating that energy between them. Taking deep breaths here, relaxing the lower spine, relieving any tension. Take a nice deep breath into your belly, and exhale. We're going to come onto our booties. So we're shifting the weight to the mat. You can extend that right leg long. Keep the knee bent on the left leg. Place your left hand behind you. We're going to hook the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. So we're twisting here, taking the gaze to the left, behind you. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, maybe twisting a little bit deeper. And on your next inhale, we're going to come back to center, extend that left leg. Inhale, lift up the hands, and exhale, forward fold. You can grab wherever your hands reach, maybe your toes, maybe your shins, wherever. So we're going to inhale, lift up that right knee to bend. We're going to hook the outside of the left elbow to the outside of the right leg, placing the right hand behind you. So again, we're detoxing here. We're in a twist. The more deeply we inhale and exhale, the better this is for us and all our internal juices. So go ahead and take a deep breath into your belly, fill it up. Exhale, twist a little deeper to the right. And inhale, come back to center, extend both legs long. Inhale, rise up with your arms, and exhale, forward fold. So we're in a seated forward fold, grabbing wherever our hands reach, maybe helping us come a little bit deeper. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And we're going to slowly make our way down to the mat. So you can do this by having your palms facing upright, squeezing your abdominals until we reach the mat. We're going to come to goddess pose. I think it's very relaxing. So we're going to grab opposite elbows overhead as you're reclining on your back. And bring your feet into more of a butterfly pose. So the heels are touching, your toes are touching. So your soles of your feet are connecting. We're just opening up our hips as we're slowing down our breath, still breathing deeply in and out. So your heart rate is slowing down with every inhale and exhale. You're shedding anything that no longer serves you as you feel the tension exhaling out of your body. So you can stay here in goddess pose, releasing more into the mat beneath you. Or please feel free to take an additional pose before we come into Shavasana. So maybe Happy Baby is one of your favorites. Whatever it may be, just feel free to take that now. Otherwise, we're going to bring our hands up overhead and extend your feet long. Press everything up and away. And exhale, release the tension. Bring your hands by your side, palms facing upward. You can have your feet as wide as your hips. Depending on how much space you have, feel free to open up as much as you would like. So I want you to take a breath in, inhaling readiness, inhaling risk-taking, and inhaling freedom to take charge of your life wherever you may be. Exhale any fear. We're going to take another deep breath in, breathing in abundance and light and the prana energy within us all. And exhale any darkness and anything that no longer serves you. You may stay in your Shavasana as long as you would like. Going forward, may you bring this peace out into the world and the light to whoever you meet. Thank you for joining me for practice today. Namaste.